Hi, this is Bethany Gagne, founder of the Albany Peace Project, and today I'm here with
Becker with Motion Industries.
Yeah, and Ann has been, tell them why we're here today.
Well, I had mentioned to Bethany, I'm also a part of the Albany Peace Project, and I had mentioned to Bethany that we had instituted in our office Complete Free Wednesdays. And part of the reason why we did that, we had a branch meeting with all of our employees, and we sat right in this room, and it just seemed as though this meeting that was supposed to be about building our business, et cetera, was more about listening to a series of complaints. And after being involved with Bethany in the Albany Peace Project and the complaint-free program, I realized it just kind of hit me that, wow, we really complain a lot. And how much more productive would we be if we spent so much less of our time complaining and so much more being productive and actually looking at ways to fix things? So as a result of that meeting, I had sent out an email to all the employees, and I instituted Complaint-Free Wednesdays, which tweaked a few eyebrows and made people really wonder what the heck I was what I was into now. But it worked out great, and we started it the week after this wonderful meeting. And since we didn't have any bracelets, I said, well, you know what? If I hear you complain, or if you feel yourself complaining, or you catch someone else complaining, you need to put a quarter in the cup. So we have a cup, and
we should have brought that in.
And we should have. It has a few dollars in it, but it worked out really well, and we actually play with it now. And tomorrow is Wednesday, and
right.
I won't be here, so I've sent a reminder saying, "Don't forget, it's Complaint-Free Wednesday," and I won't be here. But they pretty much police themselves anyway, so it's kind of become fun. And now on days that's not Wednesday, any other day of the week, they go, boy, I'm really glad today is not Wednesday, because man, I would owe so much money. So they've become much more cognizant and much more aware of how much they complain. So even though now when we do complain, it kind of becomes a joke, and it has lightened the atmosphere in the office. It really lightened the atmosphere after that meeting, because that meeting was really horrific. So it's made, I think, a very big difference in our office. So I told everyone yesterday that we may be going to 2 days a week. That's going to be complaint-free. So we'll see how that goes. We'll have a lot of money for something. But I also have noticed that the amount of contributions to the cup has decreased as time has gone on.
Interesting.
People have definitely become more aware. And one of our outside sales staff who came in yesterday said, I'm going to put $1 in the cup now, because I have a few issues that I need to discuss with you. And I said, but we could discuss them and not complain.
Right.
And as he and I had the conversation, it was really interesting to find out how we could have that conversation and it wasn't a complaint. Wow. It was more of a fact-finding issue, and I said, I just saved you $1.
Right. You know, I'm so glad you brought that up, Ann, because that's the concern that people have. They think, oh, complaint-free, that means that I can't talk about legitimate issues. That's not it, right?
That's not it at all. I mean, actually, we have found that we're actually kinder to one another, because when we have a conversation about, because this is a sales organization, so there's things that can go wrong, and we deal also with people that can make mistakes that come into us. So we've kind of finding our way with finding a way to deal with that resolution, whether it be a conflict resolution or a resolution with whatever it is that we've done wrong. We're finding our way to do that without having it be a complaint. And I have become very conscious here when I have conversations with the people that I work with about how I want to deal with it. And I don't want to be nasty and complaining and negative. I want to try to be positive and more encouraging. And I'm not saying that I do it well all the time, because I myself have put some quarters in that cup. But it really has made everyone more cognizant, and it really comes about much more respect for the people that you work with. And even when you just think of a complaint, and you may not say it out loud, so it's not going to cost you anything, because no one hears you say anything, but you realize that your mind can turn to the negative so easily, but when it goes to the positive, the answers are clearer, the answers come more quickly. It's really, it's been an amazing experience for me.
Wow, and that's what people say when they make it to the 21 days, that they have, their internal life has kind of been renovated and processed in a very different way.
Haven't made it to the 21 days yet, but I'm working on it.
So, Ann, you also mentioned about the idea that people became more cognizant as far as what was going on inside of them. And, you know, that's the reason why we thought about doing a complaint-free challenge with the Albany Meditation Project, because this idea that by people becoming more aware of what's going on inside of them and kind of becoming more respectful for the inner life, that they may try meditation. They may start considering meditation to explore inner life even more. So any chances of getting a meditation cushion in here?
Well, funny that you say that, because once we started doing this, one of the women in my office had always been very curious about meditation, and she asked how I had gotten involved in this, and I talked very freely about the things that I've done with Albany Peace Project, and I had said how I do the meditation with Albany Peace Project and that I'm a meditator, and she said, I would love to try that one day. So I brought in my little DVD player, and we sat in one of the other rooms and we did a meditation, and it was great. She said, well, I don't know if I could do that all the time. And I said, but just think how good you feel right now, and just think of how great that would be. And we've even had conversations about, with this complaint-free project, that you really do become more mindful. And I said, well, another way to become much more mindful is to do meditation. And it's really funny to find out that there was one other person in the office who is a fairly consistent meditator, and had said that that's what kind of gives him, because he always seems just very peaceful and very calm and doesn't get very riled about anything. And so it brought about this other conversation, and I said, well, you know what, if we ever want to do a group meditation, we could do that too. And they said, if we don't, are you going to charge us for that too? But I think it really does kind of pull it full circle, because it does become, it is all about mindfulness. It's all about mindfulness, and the way that I have found that I become more mindful is by meditating, and by taking that time to, and sometimes it's not a thought-free meditation, sometimes it's a definite purposeful meditation, to bring myself to that mindful about the things that are important in my life, and that's what I meditate on. So it's so interconnected, and the more you get involved in both aspects of it, the more you realize how interconnected it is.
Absolutely, absolutely. And what's neat is I've been going out and talking to different businesses, and you'll find that there are more and more meditators. I find that interesting that you had a meditator in this office that you didn't even know.
Didn't even know.
But when I go kind of put it on the table, I see more and more hands raising that I never would have seen 20 years ago.
It's great.
Yeah, so I hope this inspires you. Certainly, maybe you could bring this to your office, and if you're interested, just keep close tabs on the bracelets and when they're coming in. Also, we could use some more donations for the bracelets, so we'd appreciate that if you want to reach out to the PayPal button or the GoFundMe. And I guess that's it, but look for more of this in the fall, and there's more to come, so stay tuned.